And in continuation to that, second day's meeting, that is IPS, addressing all the IPS officers, I continue this meeting. When we are sitting down here, we always aspire. We want to be number one, Anudhi. Obviously, it's anybody's aspiration. And police law, we want to be number one police department in this country. Our police, that is my police, because I say my police because it's us together. I own you and you own me. This is our government. It's an aspiration that we want to be number one. We want to showcase to this world, to this country, that we want to be number one, and we are number one. But number one police ante emiti? What is the definition of being number one? What are the best practices? Best practices ante emiti? అన్నది మీకు అంతా కూడా తెలిసి ఉంటే, I'll just give you a small example here. In America, what is one of the most developed countries, పోలీసులను ప్రజలే ఎన్నుకుంటారు. Even police are elected by people in America, in developed countries. Not only in America, but so many other developed countries, police are also elected by people. Do you know why? I think all of you can guess why. Because it means democracy. Because it means that people who are elected to that places, people who go to that place, should know the meaning of democracy, should understand democracy. The reason why people elect them is because they should have a human face. Otherwise they will be defeated. If we do not have human face, if we do not sympathize with the needy, then we lose the election. That is the reason why elections in America take place even for positions such as police chiefs. In a democracy, it's very important that we respect democracy. Many a times we see this conflict coming up. Many a times we see this conflict wherein we say, why should we care for an MLA? Why should we care for an MP? Many a times we see this conflict, especially police department. But at the end of the day, we are all in this process of democracy. If we do not respect democracy, then democracy would fall. Whether we like it, whether we don't like it, 2 lakh people exercise their franchise to get these people elected. 2 lakh people reimpose their faith in these people and voted for them. And if we do not respect them, usually it so happens in police department, that is the reason why I'm just bringing about this topic, then democracy just falls flat. It's so very important that we understand this, that we need to work together. We need to have an inclusive, cooperative strategy in place. I mean, I do not say support them in illegal activities. I do not say support them in looting. I do not say support them in corruption activities. No. Anything to do with corruption? No. Anything to do with illegal activities? No. Anything to do with looting? No. But the rest of the matters, all other matters, we need to work together. We need to take them into confidence. We need to put them as the face. See, no MLA wants a bad name. No MP wants a bad name. Nobody in public life wants to have a tag that he's bad. All what you need to do is just involve him in the governance part, so that they get a kick that they're also part of the process. And you just convince them beforehand. Just sit down with them, smile, talk to them, give them a cup of coffee, smile, talk to them, and just convince them that ఇది చేస్తే మీకు చెడ్డ పేరు వస్తుంది, ఇది చేస్తే మంచి పేరు వస్తుంది. చెడ్డ పేరు వస్తుంది అన్నది why would they ask you to do? All what needs to be done is you just need to smile, talk to them, give a cup of coffee, and make them understand. That's it, as simple as that. If this happens, 50% of the problem is gone. If we don't do this, if we don't smile, if we don't lift their phones, then you have a problem. Just keep this ego aside. All of them. It applies to both the sections. To the politicians as well as to the officers. We are together running this democracy for good governance. And it's very important that we sail together. So just make a few changes in your approach. It makes things better. Having said this, about wanting to be number one police, wanting to follow the best practices. Having said this, I would want to bring about certain issues. కొన్ని విషయాలు, out of my experience from the previous government, I would want to bring about a few issues. When we speak about good governance, when we speak about best practices, when we speak about wanting to be number one police, గత ప్రభుత్వ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్లు కొన్ని చెప్తాను. యథేచ్ఛగా, right in front of our eyes, అంతెందుకు, in fact, you know where the Chief Minister's residence is, right beside. Right in front, right beside, you see sand being looted. You see proclanes working. You see JCBs working. You see hundreds of lorries going, taking sand, dispatching sand. Everybody knows it's illegal. It's happening right in front. It doesn't just stop with just CM's residence, and right beside the CM's residence, this activity is happening. You see in West Godavari, an MRO, a lady MRO, was dragged out, was caught by hair. It hit all the newspapers because she was obstructing an MLA from looting. She was obstructing an MLA who was involved in sand mafia.